Hey folks, in this video we're talking about the best way, the absolute best way to trade failed twos. And I'm going to give you a few different examples here, a couple different time frames. The first example we're going to go over is with the 4 hour, but I'm also going to go over an example from the daily. And you got to understand, you got to remember that price is fractal. So if you want to use this on the 1 hour, you can. 15 minutes, you can. Weekly, you can. Monthly, you can. Price is fractal. What occurs on one time frame occurs on another. Okay? So I want to go over this example with USD CAD, but first, before we dig into this, what I want to do is I want to do something a little bit different. And I'm going to be sharing a clip from my live stream during my live stream on Monday in the mentorship chat, in the private chat, talking about USD CAD real time, my real time thought process. Okay. When this was setting up. So USD CAD is still the main focus for Forex. 15-minute bullish shift, failed 2. There's a high to fail 2. Y'all know I like 1-to-1. Just reiterating for the folks that are getting here a little bit later. My setup right now that I like on USD CAD is a pullback into this, risking that low, targeting that high, simple 1-to-1. I got 10 pips on it, so that's good. Good to go. Another way you can do this, if you are one of those people that wants a little bit more on it, well, use your head here, right? There's the high to fail 2. So if that's the high to fail 2, another way you could do it is risk that low, target that in 1.39. You might be thinking, oh, that ain't enough for me, Mike. Well, then just wait for a deeper pullback. You can wait for like the OTE area or in that area down there. See what I mean? When I say OTE, let me show you what I mean, because that's an ICT concept. This is OTE. Oh, wait, let me remove this. So OTE, there's OTE. So you got 62%, and you got the 7, right here, 2.70. But right there is at 57 would be OTE. So a really simple way if you do want a little bit of a bigger winner. Once more, y'all know I don't give a fuck about that, right? As I made very clear, I think everybody in here knows how I do things. But I'm giving you that option. Because it is true, not one way fits everybody. Enter right there if you want to. That's another option. Risk that low. And then look, you could target, it's a few different options, right? Right there. That's the high of the 4 hour candle. You see where I'm getting at? And that gets you about 2-to-1. Oh, with an OTE entry. Or you could do that and then just get like what, 1.57. Not bad, right? It's as simple as that. That's all you got to do to if you do want to play it like that. Boom. A little bit more. I got my discount, but see, look right there. So I got the high of that 4 hour still intact up there. Notice also where it found support at. 50 institutional down there. Yep, pretty nice looking deal, folks. It got a higher time frame because there's a few things. Let's dig into this a little bit deeper to make sure everybody understands. I think it's pretty straightforward to set up, but we talk about it. I've been talking about it a lot lately with the failed 2 candle closure to really give you the best shift, because we've done a few things here. With a high probability shift, you need a few things. Number 1, you need a big liquidity run. It had previous day's lows taken. It's a big liquidity pull right there. Had previous day's lows taken, which if you go to your 4 hour chart, look, higher time frame sell side. And if you recall from the previous video, that like literally the very last YouTube video that I made, if you watched that the other day, what did I say about that? I said, yeah, sure, previous low taken, respects it, but if you want to take it up a notch, because I was talking about the daily chart in that video. In this case, it's just down one time frame, but we have what? We have that higher time frame for our sell side. So not only do you have that low being respected, but you have the swing low being respected. Combine both of that. The previous low, the swing low, and it fails to displace for a even better shift. So that fails to displace through all that liquidity in there. The previous low and a swing low. Because that's a bigger liquidity pull than this. So you got both in there to work off of. So that checks off the list. It has a lot of liquidity taken. But I've mentioned before, when it comes to these shifts, where most folks go wrong Where most folks go wrong, because a lot of folks don't understand you need liquidity. Most folks understand that you need a lot of liquidity for a shift, but where they go wrong is they don't have the opposing draw. And what I've simplified here is with that failed 2 scenario, you know the high of that forward candle is your draw. You've ensured that you have an opposing draw with that failed 2 scenario, the high of the failed 2. So you have liquidity collected, you have an opposing draw, and then of course on the displacement leg, oh, and also 1 hour, go to 1 hour. You don't want to see what? You don't want to see any 1 hour buy side taken either for the best results. There was no 1 hour buy side taken on that push up. All right. And then you got to see your 15-minute fair value gap. You got it. You got your strong close with a short-term high. You got it. That's a confirmed shift on the 15-minute right there. Pulls back. That's your opportunity to get on board. You can enter in a discount with the 1-to-1 route. Just target that high right there. Enter discount, risk the low. If you do want a little bit more on it, I just gave you that option. You could wait for like an OTE entry, which is 62%. And then you could just shoot for the high of that forward candle. Usually about 2-to-1. So as you can see, that was the setup that we were talking about right in here on the, see, look right here. And if you do want to be a part of that, folks, that was from my mentorship. If you do want to be a part of that, at the time that I release this video, it should be like a few days away from opening. So there should be a link to that in the description, and I'll also leave it in the comments below to link to the wait list. Okay, so you are serious about leveling up your trading, whether you want to go full time, whether you want to just have supplementary, just have another income source coming in, get funded, whatever it is, that's the place to be. I have several people in there that are funded now. I have full-time traders created, and that is like that clip. We do that every single day that the market's open. So if you do want to be a part of that, there will be a link below. All right, enough of that. USD CAD. This is the failed 2. So you see how that came down right here, and it took out this low. Look at my cursor, follow my cursor. It came down, it took out that low, and it failed to displace. Now somebody's looking at this up here, and this would be a valid question. They're like, oh, but isn't this liquidity up here? Couldn't it like find resistance off this high right here, or this right here? This is the last thing that it took out where my cursor's pointing. It did take out that high of the previous candle, but that was the first thing that happened. After it took out that, price came down and it collected the liquidity right here. And then you see how that failed to displace through that liquidity? It collected it and it failed to displace into 9, making it a failed 2. Okay, so then what I do is I mark the high of that previous forward candle where the failed 2 happened. Now, how a lot of people trade the failed 2 in the Strat community, I'm not saying this is the wrong way to trade it at all, because you can do it successfully like this too. Is what a lot of people will do is they'll enter on the breakout of the failed 2, but that's not what I'm teaching here today. Okay, because there are cases, of course, where it's ready to run, where you can absolutely trade the breakout of the failed 2, and if it really does have legs to run, then you can make money doing that. But what I'm teaching here is like the most lowest hanging objective way to approach it, right? Y'all always know, like I preach base hits all the time. Taking that single, take that base hit again and again and again and again, compound gains, and that's the fastest way to reach success in the markets. So what I'm doing with this, with the failed 2 and how I approach it is, I'm giving you the very, 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 very next draw on liquidity to target. You're not worried about the weekly, the monthly, or anything. You're not even worried about all this crap up here. You're not worried about that. What makes this so simple and so effective is you are focused purely on the next candle draw, and that's right there. Okay, so what you ensure is, because it took out this last and it failed to displace the 9, that you have this as your next draw up there. That's what makes it so powerful, so simple. The next step, because this is on the that's a 4-hour failed 2. The next step that you want to do is go down to your 1-hour chart. You want to make sure that whenever it's having that displacement, that there is no 1-hour buy side being taken. And what I mean when I say no 1-hour buy side is a swing high. So this is a swing high, for example. High side in the middle, lower high on the left, lower high on the right. This is a swing high. High side in the middle, lower high on the left, lower high on the right. This is a swing high. High side in the middle, lower high on the left, lower high on the right. There is no swing high taken on that displacement right there on the 15-minute. Okay, because it's a 15-minute shift. There's no 1-hour buy side taken. So then the 15-minute, we have the fair value gap, we have the strong close, we have that displacement leg. That's your confirmation signal. What you're going to do then is you're going to draw this out. There is the high of the forward candle up there. See that? That hasn't been taken. All right, it took out this low. It failed to displace in the 9. So what you want to see next is, of course, you want to see that candle high left intact, and you want to see it pull back into the discount. So how I approach this is with the 1-to-1 is I will enter off the discount. I will risk that low, and then I will target the high with a simple 1-to-1, the high of the impulse move. And as I mentioned in the live stream, in that clip that I shared with y'all, another way you can do this if you want 2-to-1 is you can, because this stuff repeats, you know, you'll still get plenty of setups. You'll miss some deals with 2-to-1, but you can do it like this too. There's 62%. It comes down to that. You enter right there. You risk that low. And what you can do is you can target the high of that forward candle right there. Or you can target this high right here. It's up to you. But you see how you can get bigger risk reward by doing it like that. And you can apply the same process, like I said a moment ago, apply the same process on the daily, on the weekly, and do it the same exact way. It's just on a higher time frame. And I'm going to show you an example of that higher time frame here now on the daily. You see this right here, plugged in the chat room on Friday. GBP AUD, 1 hour shift, daily failed 2. Same process, but it's on a daily. And I'm going to show you how to do the daily. And folks, don't forget, if you are getting value out of this content, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe. And if you want to see more videos on this specific setup, because I know a lot of y'all gravitate to this setup because of how simple it is, how powerful it is, just leave a comment below saying failed to. Just say failed to, just to give me that assurance that like there is actually an interest in this, okay? And also something else, if you want to see like, if you liked the live stream that I plugged, or the clip from the live stream that I plugged, if you want to see a little bit more of that, just like little short clips in the near future, you can leave a comment, let me know below as well, and I'll plug like those clips, because I know some people it may help a little bit more seeing how I do it live in a real-time environment and how I operate. But here's an example on the daily chart. Look, you see how that came up right here and it took out the high of that candle? So it's the same thing, but now we're on a daily chart. That was the last thing that it did. It took out that high and it failed to displace, making this a daily failed 2. There's the low of the failed 2. So I'm not interested, again, I'm not interested in entering on the break of the low with the failed 2. That's my PT. I'm taking profits there, okay? That's the very, very, very next draw on the daily chart. So if I'm playing because this is a bearish this is a bearish failed 2. So if I'm playing a bearish failed 2, you know, of course it's going to be a short play, and it's going to be on the 1 hour. So if I'm playing a 1 hour shift, because that's what it is, it's a shift. What I want to see is, for a high probability shift, you need a few things. You need, number one, a significant liquidity grab. It grabbed liquidity there, and the failed 2 tells me that it's respecting it. It's respecting that liquidity, okay? And it doesn't have any support in here until this low, okay? So I've done a few things already. I've concluded I have a significant liquidity run, and I have an opposing draw, and that's where most folks go wrong with trading these shifts if they don't have the opposing draw. And if you tried trading shifts before as a new trader, you've been there. You'll get your displacement, and then it'll just ramp up on you again and again and again. Like you'll have your shift, and then boom, you'll get stopped out. You have another shift, boom, you'll get stopped out. It's like you get caught in stop run after stop run after stop run. I've been there. We've all been there. If you're trying to trade shifts starting off, it's like you just get caught in stop run. It's like, how do I really identify where the real shift is? And what a lot of you are missing is you don't have the opposing draw. You have the liquidity run right there, and the close. That's what you're doing. You're waiting on the close, and that's going to change a lot for you. Wait on the close. Wait for the failed 2, and then target the opposing low. That's going to be your draw, okay? That's your opposing draw, because you're ensuring that you have that opposing draw. But we also need to go to the 4 hour chart. What do I need to look for in the 4 hour chart? You want to make sure that there is no higher time frame sell side taken either. When I say higher time frame sell side, I mean a swing low. Just like I have a swing low right here, which is that next daily level. Swing low there, swing low there. You notice how there's no swing low in there? So I've done a few things. The daily has a failed 2, okay? There's no higher time frame sell side. So even though this thing's been ramping up, it's been bullish, right? It doesn't have the fuel to make the trip into this high right here. It does not have the fuel to make the trip up into this high up here. The daily told me that, and then the 4 hour told me that, because the 4 hour doesn't have any higher time frame sell side. And then this is where you go in next, and you look for the 1 hour shift inside that failed 2. You're going to go in, you're going to look for the 1 hour shift. 1 hour shift, you need to see a fair value gap. You got a fair value gap in there, and you need to see a strong close beneath a short-term low. When I say short-term low, I mean a swing low, which is right there. Strong close beneath a short-term low, right there, right there. See that? So basically into right here, It confirmed. It confirmed. All right. I also like to see Asian session highs buy side taken, and that begins at 19, ends at midnight. Okay, so begins at 19, ends at midnight. Look, look, folks, right there. There's your entry. Take your Fibonacci from this high to that low. Now, I still got my other settings on it, but that's, again, there it is once more. If you want to play the OTE for a little bit bigger risk reward, here's what I'm talking about, folks. Your entry's at 62, and you could, if you want bigger risk reward, you can target the daily low. What I typically do is, what I always do is I target with like these shifts, I'll target the impulse move low, which is like right there. But if you want bigger risk reward, you could target that and it's still valid. Risk that high and you're getting over 2-to-1 risk reward on the play. And you're still like, that's still conservative too. That's a good thing about it. It's still a conservative PT. You're not like super like swinging for the fences or anything. But what I do is I enter right there, target that low, risk that high. And one more time, just to kind of make this clear, folks, some folks say, why don't you just shoot for 2-to-1 then? Because it got 2-to-1. Like, why don't you just shoot for 2-to-1? You got more money on it because there's a trade-off with 2-to-1. Even though it had good follow through here, the thing about 2-to-1 is you are going to miss plays. You're gonna see plenty of stuff go to 1-to-1, hit 1-to-1, hit your 50%, take off without you. Got to get used to that. You're also going to take more losses too. Okay. So yeah, like you could do it like this, but just understand the trade-off that comes with that. But coin flip 50%, I mean a 50% win rate, you're smacking it out the park with a 2-to-1 with what I'm teaching you here. And that I'm telling you that'll be no problem. If you really follow the rules that I've given you here, that's no problem. You're gonna do just fine. All right. But you see how little moving parts there is to it, and it's better than 99% of the stuff out there. I'll actually say probably 99.9% of the stuff out there. Because it's so simple, so straightforward. And that's how you're going to approach it. Whether you do the daily, whether you do the 4-hour, whether you do the 1 hour with the 5-minute, right? That's how you're going to approach it. If you want more videos on this topic, folks, again, let me know below in the comments. Leave a like on the video. And if you want to be a part of the mentorship that'll be opening here in a few days, there's going to be a link in the comments, or there's going to be a link in the comments below to the wait list. You won't be charged until I actually enroll you. All right, so once I enroll you, you're going to be charged and you'll get access to the chat room. Well, we do live streams. I got courses in there that is included in the subscription, the initial subscription. You don't got to pay anything extra. And one-on-one help where we can get on a call. We can talk through your issues and where you want to improve and put you on the correct path. Okie dokie. All right, y'all take care.